What's up, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of the High Value Agent podcast, where we inspire people to create a better life through real estate. And I want to share with you a message that is extremely important if you're a team leader or if you're an agent on a team. This is something that's going to help you get the most out of your culture and actually improve your culture further. Is going to help increase your momentum in your business. And it's just the right thing to do if you're on a team. So if you are on a team, and by the way, this was inspired by a good friend of mine and business partner, Dustin Runyon. He actually made a post about this and it gave me the idea, the message I wanted to share with you guys. So I want to give a shout out to my guy, Dustin, out in Arizona. He's a high level operator, has an incredible team, and they do great things out there. And we are very, very blessed to have partnered with him and looking forward to the future. But let's get into it. So, if you're on a team and you are serious about your growth as a human, and understanding, obviously, the more you develop as a human, your business will follow suit. Energy in the office, the vibe that some people call it, if it's down, it is your responsibility to bring it up. It's not just the leadership's responsibility. If the vibe is down, or if the energy is down, or the morale is down, things aren't really feeling great, you need to be the one to take responsibility and say, how can I, well, number one, what part did I play in this result that we have right here? And then how can I, in this gap that I notice right here, how can I close the gap? Because that is where the opportunity is. And I'm going to step up and actually help improve the energy in the office. So it is your responsibility, believe it or not, to increase the energy. When you walk into that office, leave all your bullshit outside, leave your negative attitude and whatever stuff that's happening, the stress from a deal or from a client, whatever it may be. When you step into that environment, you need to be a contributor in a positive way and not a taker. Okay, not a toxic component within that environment. You need to be one of positive energy. So, number one. Number two, where you started really, I guess, when you really started building your business, and you, what we call the concentration phase, is a 90-day phase that every agent goes through, or they never get out of this phase. But the concentration phase is when you, for 90 days, you buckle down on doing the core money making activities that's going to help you build momentum. Okay. When you do that for 90 days, you graduate, or you earn the right to have what we call momentum. Momentum. And when you gain momentum in your life and in your business, because they're both correlated, what happens is you get a higher return on your time. Some of you guys have heard of ROI, return on investment. ROT is return on time, which is your investment. You get a higher return on the input. You get a higher return on the investment of your time, because you, at one point, were having 20 conversations a day and you were setting one appointment a day due to your 20 conversations. Well, when you get into momentum, not only are you setting more appointments with the same amount of conversations, but you're actually now generating more pendings, you're generating more closings, and you start really getting a snowball effect. Well, here's the thing: momentum doesn't disappear. If your business is down today compared to where it was last month, or 6 months ago, or a year ago, or 5 years ago, it's because you abandoned the money making activities, the core activities, the thing that got you to where you felt like business was great, you abandoned it. You stopped doing the work and you either became complacent, which is a normal thing. And this is why your environment, and this is why this podcast and this episode is important because we can be our own worst enemy. We can actually self sabotage our own growth and not even know it. And for some people, they don't even look themselves in the mirror and say, "Oh, I made this happen. I'm the reason why my momentum disappeared." No, they'll typically point the blame or point the finger at the economy, the market, the client, the team, the brokerage, right? The leader, you name it. But the reality is, if your business is down or you've hit a plateau, it's because you have not been consistent at all, or as consistent as you need to be in doing the money making activities. Okay, excuse me. So with that being said, get back to doing the thing that got you where you're at. Number three, do not allow your ego to prevent your growth. Meaning, and let me add context. You're on a team and you join that team because of the systems, the processes, by the way, proven, the opportunities on lead generation, the transactional support, the office space. Typically, you're joining companies and or teams because of the value you see in it, right? Well, here's what we find happen, and this is your responsibility: is when you join that team, you need to buy in to following the process that that team has been following for probably several years before you even showed up. That works, right? So if you come in and you start trying to change things, or you start trying to make a tweak here and there, and listen, that's your ego. And that is literally going to prevent your growth over the long term. Where maybe you did 20 deals in that on that team in that year, right? And you allowed your ego to kind of like kill your consistency. What you really don't understand is the opportunity cost. Yeah, you closed 20, but you probably could have closed 30 to 35 if you would not have became a tweaker. So do not allow your ego to kill your growth. Number four, if you show up with the mindset of, I'm doing this for me, what's in it for me, you're not going to win consistently. And you're definitely not going to win on a team. You're not going to win on a team. You're going to be someone who you take more than you give. And if that team has a strong culture of contribution, of accountability, of personal responsibility, of commitment, of just embracing that, and that's who they are. Somebody who just comes and takes and they just don't really want to give back or help, it's not going to work out. It's not going to work out. So as a team leader and as an agent on the team, when you want to really grow, contribute more, give more, give. And by doing that, you gain more. Okay. Next, if you are, and this kind of goes off the last one, but if you are constantly living in the um uh I'm just going to focus on me, I'm just going to do me, I'm just going to do me, what tends to happen is you'll burn out. You'll start to feel like, man, I don't really get fulfillment. I don't really have the feeling that I was hoping to have when I got into this business. Or maybe you had it at one point. When you are in the mindset of being a team member who is always trying to look around to see how you can help someone, or how you can, and a lot of times just literally showing up and being an example of what it takes to be elite in this business is actually um being a contributor. That is actually being someone of service, right? How you treat a client. Do you treat them with full respect? And are you an authority and a leader and coaching that client to make the right decisions? Like when you do that more frequently, you have more fulfillment in what you do daily. And when you have a community of that, then that's where it just gets really beautiful. Okay. All right, moving on. If you are in this team environment that is a great team. I'm not saying all teams are equal because again, but let's assume that this is a great team. They got a great culture. They're proven. They have great leadership and they have great people on the team. Period. If you join that team, or if you're currently on that team and you've been there for a while, and you feel like they owe you something, you're missing the point. You're missing the point. You need to look at your team as how can I be a valuable asset to this team, not how can this team be a valuable asset to me. Does that make sense? Like you owe it to your team to be your best or show up the best version of yourself day in and day out. And by the way, when you do that, yes, you are supporting and honoring your team. Further, you're doing the same for your family and yourself. So you owe it to yourself to show up every day with the right mindset and give it your all. That's how you honor the team. And you do not need to have the mindset of, oh, you owe me or I'm the prize and all that. No, that's bullshit. That shit don't work. Like, and on our team, if you as soon as that starts to creep, we don't play. It's like, okay, cool. Well, good luck. We love you. And but as far as success, you're gonna have to find that somewhere else because that's not how we operate here. Okay. Moving on. You can easily, being on a team, it's easy to stop living in gratitude because we take what we have for granted. And then when we step out of gratitude, we step into resentment over time. And resentment is very toxic. Okay. And the reality is, and Dustin said this, he said, when you stop showing gratitude and you start feeling resentment, understand the two can't live in the same heart. So it's one or the other. And if you want to be a part of a high level team and grow your life and be an asset, be someone of value, live in gratitude constantly. That's how you live your life. Okay. Another thing, if you want more opportunity, bring more value. If you want more leads, if you want more support, if you want more, whatever it may be, bring more value. Entitlement is going to get you nowhere. It's not going to get you anywhere. Entitlement, I see this shit every day. And just in life. I mean, I'm not talking about on the team. I'm just saying in life. I could be at basketball practice with my boys and having a conversation and just seeing entitlement, right? It's like, oh my God, you're not entitled to playing time. You literally have not put in the work over the past 6 months on your game, but you think that you should be in the starting lineup when these five players have literally been practicing, and I've seen it with my own eyes every day almost. And I've not seen you once. And by the looks of it, you haven't been putting in the work because these other players have leveled up and you haven't. That's entitlement, right? And again, we're talking about young athletes that over time, they'll learn this stuff, but they'll probably have to learn the hardest way. But entitlement in business and on a team, it's not going to work, man. Especially in elite environments, it's not going to fucking work. Another thing, if you think you're above doing the basics, which I would just say those are the core activities, right? If you believe you're too good, and this is ego, again, this is back to the stunting your growth, or taking a step forward and taking two steps back, if you think you become too good to do the basic work, to do the thing that gets you results, then your results are going to be up and down. And you're probably going to end up over a time frame of your career be, below average as far as your career. So you make that decision. But on a team, it's very important to understand, like, if you waste the resources that are available to you and you end up below average, you actually failed big time, period. A few more things. Believe in the reality. And I know we get into real estate and we're like, oh, we don't want to be held accountable and we don't want to be told what to do. And I want to be able to come and go as I please. And a lot of people that get into real estate, and I talk to a lot of people that are newly licensed or they're interested in getting into real estate and they have no clue as to what this industry is truly about. A lot of times you'll find people who got fired from a job or they got burnt out at another job or career, and they want to transition into real estate because in their mind they're like, well, I'm gonna control my destiny, and I'm going to do things on my own terms. And cool, like, there's some good qualities in that mindset, but here's the problem. Most people have the wrong intentions about getting their license and getting in real estate, because now the whole daily structure of productivity goes out the window because there's no schedule that's being followed. It's kind of more of a I react all day, and I do things when I want to do them, not when they need to be done. And then what you find is only 1% of the total agent population is going to sell more than 24 homes this year. Less than 1%, actually. And that's what you find, right? You find that in 20 and last year, 2024, that 71% of the agent population sold zero homes. 71%. Because people, they want to avoid, they came from a career that had structure. Something happened there. They became disgruntled. Not everyone, but I see this happen. And now they're like, well, I'm going to be this like free person in real estate and do what I want to do, and blah blah blah, and not understanding that the structure actually creates success. So when you're on a team that has structure, that is what creates success, not the other way around. Not the other way around. So if you're on a team and you have the structure provided to you, and the systems and the processes that are proven to work, and you don't get the opportunities for, because like in our company, we have opportunities for you to step up into formal leadership positions. But if you don't follow the systems and processes that the team will provide to you, and you have a resentment towards structure and accountability, don't be surprised when you don't qualify for those opportunities when they show up. Period. When you follow the process, when you show how much of a valuable asset you are to that team, following that stuff and doing it, that earns trust of the company. Okay. So just so important. And we're going to end it with this. Just completely shifting from, like, everything that is worth having was earned, not given. Anything that's truly going to have value was earned, not given. Anything that is something that you're probably striving for, right? Whatever it may be, it wasn't given, it was earned. And you earn it through being someone of value, like the culture and the team and the company, the values and the principles, the vision you share, you believe, and you honor that every day. but you're consistent in your work. And I'm not talking about the work as far as, prospecting and like that, yes, but also the work on you, improving you every day. And then just overall alignment from top to bottom, from bottom to top, right, of the culture. That is where you go from how can this team serve me, or what can I get from this team, to how can I serve the team? And then that's where you honestly, man, that's where you win. And so if you're somebody who is looking for a team, this is the type of mindset you want to have when you join a team. If you're currently on a team and you have been struggling on that team, you need to look yourself in the mirror, deep in your own eyes, and you need to be honest with yourself. Am I truly serving the team, or am I just taking? Am I a contributor, or am I just being a lone wolf and not being an asset to the team? Am I looking for opportunity, and I'm entitled? I believe because I've been here for a year or two or three or even five that I deserve whatever opportunity, because it doesn't work like that. No, it's based on who you are and the contribution you make into the culture on a daily basis. That's how you get those opportunities. So this is one to where slightly different approach as far as a episode, but I am a team leader, and obviously we are a growing company, and we're constantly looking for great people to bring in. And because in 2026 we're going all in on recruiting and bringing in high level talent, and building up leaders and high level professionals to earn the income that they want to earn, that's going to support their family, but also to help the company get to the next level. The bigger we grow, the more families we can impact in a positive way. So this is top of mind for me. And I appreciate Dustin for sharing his message. I want to definitely give him credit for the inspiration and his message. And y'all just understand, like, this is a personal development game that we're playing. This is not a real estate business game. This is I need to grow as an individual. My business will follow. And through that, fulfillment will be abundant in my life. So, all right, you guys. Hey, be strong out there. Do what you got to do. Be a good person. Contribute to your team. Contribute to your teammates. And just do what you got to do. But be strong. Put the work in. I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.